Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a seriously fascinating journey into a poetic text simply titled Creative. You know, we spend so much of our lives trying to figure out how to be more innovative, right? We're always trying to leave our mark on the world, usually by hunting down some external tool or the latest life hack. But the text we're analyzing today, it totally flips that script. It actually asks us to look inward, offering a map to reconnect with our own innate spark. So let's unpack the blueprints of this creative potential together.
Okay, let's dive into this. Are you, in your curiosity, a creator? The author of our source text begins their whole reflection with this radically simple premise. I ask you, and I search for answer. I am, in my curiosity, a creator. Just think about that for a second. We normally separate those two things completely, don't we? We think of curiosity as just the questioning phase and creation as the building phase. But this text collapses the two. The very act of asking, of searching, of wondering about the world around you is, literally, the engine of creation. If you've ever been curious, guess what? You're already creating.
Now consider this pretty profound realization from the text. I am a map worth exploring, I am an ancient artifact worth digging. We are constantly seeking out new landscapes, new books, new external stimuli to spark our imagination, right? But the author boldly challenges us to recognize that the self, your mind, your history, your lived experience, is the ancient artifact. You are the hidden treasure. The deepest well of creativity isn't found in a different city or, a new piece of software. It's actually found by exploring the incredibly complex map of who you already are.
Which brings us to section 1, the spark of curiosity. When looking at how the author defines the spark, they write, I find presence in my experiencing. I am both a state and tendency. Creativity isn't framed here as some rare, elusive talent reserved for elite artists or inventors. No, it's a state of being. It's a completely natural human tendency that is present from the exact moment you're born. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to buy it. You just have to realize it by being deeply present in whatever you're experiencing right now.
And this brilliantly illustrates a dynamic relationship that plays out perfectly when we compare our internal and external worlds. On one side, we have the external world, a nature full of surprises. You cross every corner you find, and the world just shocks and awes you. But then, on the other side, we have the internal reality, a human without any border. The external world is vast, sure, but the internal potential of the human mind, it's completely limitless. When the boundless human meets the surprising nature of the world, man, that intersection is where true creativity is ignited. Moving on to section 2, cultivating the creative seed. This is perhaps the absolutely most crucial thesis of the entire piece. Creativity is in me from birth. It is what gets cultivated with age. Having the spark is not enough to build a fire. You possess the raw materials naturally, yeah, but true impactful creation demands deliberate, ongoing cultivation over time. It requires effort, time, and attention. It's a profound reminder that feeling uncreative doesn't mean you've somehow lost your spark. It honestly just means your garden needs a little tending. The author grounds this abstract philosophy into a really literal, actionable metaphor. Step 1, the seed is already implanted in you at birth. You don't need to go find a seed. Step 2, it needs water, soil, and the right conditions. This basically means building an environment that supports your mental energy, giving yourself time, rest, and positive inputs. And step 3, flourishing. But notice how flourishing happens here. It happens by exploring the environments within. You water the seed by tending to your own inner life. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the author's phrase here, a nurture misrepresented. We usually think of nurture as, how our parents raised us or the schools we attended, basically entirely external forces acting upon us. But the author suggests we've kind of gotten this wrong. True nurture, the kind that actually leads to creative flourishing, is an inside job. It's the active, conscious exploration of your own internal landscape. You essentially have to become the gardener of your own mind. All right, section 3, connecting to the whole. The author bluntly declares, I see myself as part of creation. And they don't limit what that actually means. Whether you call it energy, God, nature, or spirit, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the recognition that human creativity isn't this isolated, lonely event. The text notes that we socially belong to a bond strong in creative art. When you create, you are tapping into the universal force that spins the planets and grows the forests. Acknowledging this connection gives us immense power. It gives us the power to show up and actively bring about change in the world. Let's move to and see how this builds into a really fascinating view of time, On one side, the creator has the agency to create my past, future, and present. Because we give meaning to our memories and our goals, we're actively authoring our own timeline. On the other side, life is described as a moment of passing. It is one thing gone and other creating. Time isn't a static line. It's a fluid, continuous flow of endings and beginnings. Every single passing moment is, at the exact same time, a moment of new creation. Which takes us to our final part, Section 4, the endless mystery. There's this rapid, almost chaotic energy in these next lines. I am in life and in middle of a mystery, exploding with nature's creating. The author isn't just sitting quietly in a room thinking about art. They are vibrating with the dynamic, chaotic, beautiful explosions of nature's creative force that literally surround us every second of the day. Life isn't a puzzle to be perfectly solved. It's a thrilling, exploding mystery to be experienced. The text brings us back to that duality one last time, nature versus its nurture. But here, they are totally harmonious. The author says, I like both nature and its nurture. They give me moment of cultivating. The raw, explosive surprises of the natural world, combined with our internal, deliberate nurturing, work perfectly together. They provide us with endless moments to bring about absolute newness and to forge brilliant new connections in our lives. So the crucial point is this. Creativity is never actually finished. There is no final destination where you suddenly become the ultimate creator and just put down your tools. As the text explicitly states, there is no end to the story. Mystery continues with every step. True creativity thrives in the unknown. It's the very act of walking boldly into the mystery, step after step, fully embracing the open-ended nature of existence. And we arrive at the author's final powerful realization. I am in life, and life is in me. I see truth in this mystery. This is the ultimate synthesis. There is absolutely no separation between the creator and the grand creative force of the universe. The life outside of you is the exact same life flowing through you. Truth isn't found by escaping the mystery or by outsmarting it. The truth is found by surrendering to it, by recognizing your place within it, and by trusting your innate spark. We leave you with this final thought, drawn straight from the heart of the text. Life is a moment of passing. So right now, in this very moment, how will you construct a new space for growth today? You are the map. You have the seed. The environment is waiting within you. It's time to start exploring. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what you cultivate next.